typical Macedonian music and folk dancing. This is a statue of Saint Clement, who actually, I think, was the first to go to Svetinam, or at least was the first in this area. And as Rebecca West says, he came with a sword first because he had to compete with violence. That was his achievement, was handling that violence, and that's a test of Macedonia. This is a pretty walkway, and it's reminiscent of perhaps an old city, but I don't think it is. The street may contain stones of the old city, and maybe even foundations occasionally. But in the main, not so. Something that looks authentic. This is interesting. This building may harken back to an older time. Church of St. Sofia. And here we open up to a square with a lovely church just off the water's edge. Looks like remnants of old pillars or columns. Here a model of how the church used to look. Not sure if it's any different now. This is a classic example of the hypocrisy of no photos. They want to sell you a postcard, and that's what he said. We want to sell you a postcard. You can buy a postcard, can't take photos. I refuse to be sucked in by that goddamn ruse. I've been in enough spectacular churches. I sure as hell don't need to pay. Be frustrated from taking photos in this one. Looks like here, these have metal medallions in the place of what used to be, at least Svetinam had air holes, and maybe there, in some there might be colored glass, but these look like new panels. That's another reason I have no qualms about sneaking photographs and video once I'm inside a place, as long as it doesn't contain real artwork that can be affected. It can't be affected by a video anyway, but it could be affected by flash, but I don't use flash. And we'll go down to this little monastery. A well-weathered boat. I wonder if they can restore that somehow. An interesting walkway around this point. I don't know what's up above us and what that structure's for. You can see wood inside there in the bottom. It's part of their internal structure. Some walkway this is. Lovely restaurants along the side here. Seems to suggest this is the route, but it could just be the names of these places. I assume right up that walkway those folks are coming down is the monastery. I think that's a boat taxi back to the wharf in town. This is looking pretty much to the northwest. I assume it's back to Albania.